Hey everyone, and welcome to another video. So we're on Farming Simulator 25 and we're on the PlayStation 5. Today's video, actually no, before we get into that one, I would like to kindly ask and remind you to hit that like and subscribe button before you leave. It doesn't cost you anything, but means the absolute world to me. Many thanks. So yes, on with the video. Still doing contracts, just getting a feel for all the different contracts, but I'm kind of doing the same at the moment until I can afford to get other vehicles, yada yada yada. So one of the things in 22 was when you did a contract, if you did multiple contracts of the same type, borrowed the equipment on one of those contracts, you were able to use that equipment on all three of those contracts as long as they were the same type of contract. So I just want to see whether or not that is still a thing in 25. The reason I query it is basically because they have changed some things about the contracts, about the way they run, or especially the way they end abruptly, which I really hate. It really irks me, but that's more of a kind of OCD type of irk, not a oh my god, good giants, what are you doing? All right, so don't even start. All right, it's an OCD thing, because in 22, even when I was doing contracts, even when I'd finished the contract, it still allowed you to finish the field. Yeah, so basically the contract was still valid and still live until you ended and cashed in. Whereas obviously on this one, that is no longer the case. You have not got that choice. They have taken that away from you. So literally, as soon as the contract comes to 100%, even though there is still probably another few percent left in the field, even if it's just 1%, you don't have that. It immediately tells you no longer have, you're not, get off my land, basically. It might as well come up with that. That'd be hilarious. Oh my god, please, somebody who does mods, please do that as a mod. That'd be brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So every time the contract finishes, rather than it saying you no longer have permission to be on this land or whatever, it should just say, get off my land. Please, please, please. Anybody that's listening out there, if you are a modder, awesome, I love your work. But if you know a modder, tell them to try and do that, because that'd be bloody hilarious. Oh my god. And by all means, just a little nod to me for coming up with the idea, but by all means, you can have it. It's yours. Because I am not competent enough. I wouldn't even know where to start to make mods. All right, so yeah, let's go there. So anyway, sorry. Tangent. Oh, look, shiny. So yeah, that's what irks me. It bugs me, the simple fact that I cannot finish the field. And so all these people that are like, oh, you should do the headlands lot and all that kind of shit, I'm not going down that road either, but basically that was part of my plan. So the idea was, you do the field and you do some of the headland, so you can kind of see where you're driving, and then obviously to tidy up and to finish off, you do the headlands. Which is why at the moment when you see me doing most of my contracts, I don't even bother with the headlands anymore, because to be honest, I just go up and down wherever I can and as close to the edge as I can, and to hell with it, because it really doesn't make a blind bit of difference. Do you know what I mean? I'm sorry. And it's, yes, I could deliberately go out of my way to make sure that like 90% into it I then do the headlands or whatever. Yes, I can do that, but to be honest, at the moment I just can't be bothered. Whereas in my own fields, that's exactly what I do. That is exactly what I do. You know what I mean? I do the middle and then I do the headlands and I tidy up. You can't do that on this properly, because they've taken that away from you by, oh, it's 100%, get off my land. Okay? It's annoying, and it's a weird choice of direction with the contracts. I personally, and again, I have to now emphasize this, it's me personal feelings, that there was nothing wrong with the way contracts worked to a point. on 22. Yes, they were open for abuse with the whole bails thing, and you basically got loads of money extra and all that kind of thing. And I'm actually kind of glad that they've done away with that, because that was extreme. You know what I mean? Everybody just did bails because you knew that that was where the money was at. Yeah, and we all did it, obviously, because that's the point. Yeah, I don't mind that is no longer an option. But I would like to, you know what I mean? So it's almost like if you did the bailing, literally 100% of the bales that you pick up are the owner of the field. Yeah, you cannot do anything with them, right? But it's the fact that your field is not, the field that you're working on is never 100% complete, and yet it's like, contract done, off you go then. And it's like, yeah, it makes me uncomfortable. That's all I can say. Do you know what I mean? It's just me. That's it. That's all it is. It's that simple. Other than that, it's fine. I like the way the menu is laid out. To me, it's more visual. To me, it's easier to follow. I genuinely like that change in the contracts. And I like the fact that, obviously you go into a technically separate menu to see the ones that you've got. Although, to be honest, the fact that you can only have 3 at a time still, I don't know, could they have allowed you to have more? Would it have been worth it? Don't know on that one, because, you can only physically do one contract at a time anyway, so what does it matter? So yeah, I suppose not really, does it? You know what I mean? So if you're that bothered, then you do one contract, complete it, do another, do you know what I mean? Whereas, obviously, and I also like the fact, as you can see in the top right-hand corner, that it's very, very visual, that, the progression of the contracts, and the fact that they are separate contracts now. Whereas, again, to me, it was actually kind of weird and sometimes hard to keep track of in 22, when you're doing contracts. Like I said, you do 3 contracts and they're all the same, so you're using the same equipment, and it's like, you've done, you're working one field, right, and out of that one field, it's automatically, this is in 22, it automatically registers that you've done like 20% in one contract, 30% in another contract, and 10% in another contract, and you're like, hang on a minute, I'm only in the first field, what the hell's going on? It got really, really confusing for me. So like the deeper you got into it, and the more, so like, especially with the bailing, it's like, oh my god, when am I going to finish? How am I going to finish? Do you know, yeah, I didn't struggle with it, I just kind of ignored it and just got on with the job. But I do like this. I like the way that they have separated all of the contracts, so you are doing a contract per field now, and that is it. It recognises you are doing a contract per field. That bit is brilliant, yeah, because like I said, whereas the other ones, it was like you could work one field and it will tell you that you've managed to complete so many percentage of all 3, and it's just like, how? So anyway, so yes, I personally like most of what they have done to change the contracts. I genuinely do. I like the look. I like the accessibility, and I like the ongoing guidance, as it were. To tell you how you're doing. I like that. I like it a lot because it's very simple, as am I, and it's very easy to look at, as I am not. I had you there. Yeah, and the only gripe I have is the fact that once it registers 100%. That's it. Get off my land. I'm not a fan of that bit, and that's it. That's literally the only bit. Yeah, and to be honest, if they were to tweak it, that would be such an easy thing to finish. Do you know what I mean? Remove the whole "it's done, get off" 100%. Yeah, not being funny, but greater majority of the stuff that we're playing on 25 has been ported over from 22. We all know that. So it would be very easy to backpedal on the whole, and use that whole dynamics of the contracts in 22, where you are doing a contract in a field, even though you are 100% completed, you still have that option, if you are anally retentive like I am and OCD, to finish the field. It's that simple. That's it. That's the only gripe, shocker, I know, that I have on the contracts thing. The rest of it I like. I genuinely do. I really do. Anyway, that will do with me. It's enough of me waffling on and chatting shite. Please enjoy the rest of this video, and I will see you at the other end, where we basically do a very brief, or I'll try to keep it brief, breakdown of what we discovered. See you at the other end. So this is literally the last contract coming to a rather abrupt end, which is what I chatted about at the beginning of this video. And here is a perfect example. Yes, it's a tiny amount, but that's not the point. I mean, look at it. Do you know what I mean? That's, had I done the field properly, that would have been technically one run of a headland. You know what I mean? But anyway, and it just, yeah, it makes me uncomfortable. It really does tweak my OCD, having to just basically leave it like that. I never did that in 22. I really didn't, whether it was pointless or not. Anywho, let's get on with what we worked out. So basically the contract thing, yes, it turns out that I can use, or I can use the hired equipment across 3 of the same type of contracts, which we used to be able to do in 22, and we can now still do that in 25, as long as obviously you don't complete the contract by cashing in, because obviously in 22 you do that and then all the kit and everything else disappears. Did that so many times by accident, and I'm like, no. I'm sat in the middle of a field trying to do somebody else's contract, and all my kit's gone. It's like, oh bugger. So yeah, that's a given. But yeah, so it turns out that they've kept that in, which is good. And like I said at the beginning, overall, I like the new contracts look. I really do. Yeah, it's more visual, it's easier to access, it's easier to see, and for me it's easier to understand. It's that simple. So yeah, it is what it is. I know a lot of people have been upset, and don't like it, and fair enough. There's enough in this game to upset everybody somewhere along the lines. Do you know what I mean? Oh, why did you change that? Why did you change that? Why do you need to buy a bloody pressure washer at a shop when it can be dumped in your house? Yes. No comments. Seriously, no comments. That's done. But yeah, contracts I like. It is what it is. That was it really. That was just a very nice, brief, short video. And to be honest, at the moment, most of my ones, especially at the weekends, because it's difficult for me to do this kind of voiceover, or actually video and voice at the same time during the weekend, because there's way too much going on and there's far too many people watching me, which is really uncomfy. So no, I don't do that, and also it's annoying for them. So that's why I do this kind of videos. You can always tell the difference. It's like this format of video is done weekends predominantly, and maybe in the evenings, whereas during the day of a week when I'm on my Todd, I find it easier to be able to do the other format. So not that that means anything to any of you, but it also means potentially a slightly longer video. But at the moment, they're only contracts. They're nothing fantastic. There's no singing or dancing involved. Sorry about that. Don't think you can in this game. Not yet anyway. So yeah, nice, brief, short videos of contracting. Simple as. So that'll do. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very, very, very much for everything that you are all doing to continue to support my channel, whether that is deliberately or by accident stumbling across one of my videos and watching even seconds of it, or going the extra mile and actually liking it, or commenting. Yes, I put these videos out and I always ask comments, please comments, because I need feedback. I want to know what I'm doing wrong. I want to know how I can get it right, all of that kind of thing. And also I'm just genuinely interested in those of you that are out there watching my videos, how you feel about this game. Yeah, because that's, it's me. I have my feelings, I have my opinions, and yes, I have voiced them. And it's nice to hear other people's opinions and other people's views on this game. Yeah, so carry it on, please carry on. And obviously the all important subscription. Please subscribe to this channel It really genuinely doesn't cost you, and it still baffles me that people think that it does cost you money to subscribe. That's my other channel, the OnlyFans one. No, just the thought. No. I'd be paying people. They would not be paying me, trust. So yeah, please like and subscribe, and share this channel with other people. Most of my channel, my content, I try to make lighthearted and fun, with an occasional meltdown in between, just to stir it up. You know how it is, he says. I don't know why I'm moving and rocking my head. It's on a microphone. This is perfect radio. You know what I'm saying? Brilliant. And for those of you that are watching in black and white, the pink is next to the blue. It's such an old joke, and it's brilliant. If you know, you know. And on that note, I am gone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please, love you all, and please, please, please take care of each other, and most importantly, of yourselves.